Hello, everyone. We are the Firepower Group. I am Violetta,
And I'm Yvonne.
and today we want to talk to you about the foundations of being a conscious entrepreneur. And we want to discuss what does it even take to be successful in an authentic way in this changing world as a new paradigm business owner. So let's get started. Yvonne, what do you think? What is essential for authentic success?
I think the emphasis is on the word authentic. We sort of joke amongst ourselves that you would never go to a yoga teacher who makes you do a headstand if she can't do one herself. Or, I did do a terrible thing once. I kicked a financial advisor out of my house because she wasn't rich. Because if she can't make herself rich, how's she going to make me rich? And in a way, that solidified my thinking about this topic, because I thought, unless you are totally committed and totally authentic about the work that you're doing, somehow there's almost a veneer that people, or an energy that people can pick up where they get, this just isn't real, this just isn't working. It always fascinates me that people think that they can get away with being inauthentic. And yet when I say to them, can you see when somebody is inauthentic? Everyone goes, oh, hell yes, of course I can. But that's the truth, is that everybody can see inauthenticity. It's in the energy. So for me, the starting point of being a successful entrepreneur is to get really real with yourself, with what you love, what you don't love, what your values are, what you do, what you don't do. It's an essential part of running a successful business for me.
Yeah, absolutely. This is all about walking the talk. And actually, in fact, especially in our industry, which is about coaching, training, transformation, you cannot give to people what you have not gotten yourself. And it's not necessarily in terms of things or specifics and details, but it is in terms of your being. On the level of energy, we are always impacting the world with our frequency. And
Yeah.
I think the same relates to our attitudes towards our business,
Yeah.
because our business is in a way the perfect mirror. If you want to go on a self-development journey, start a business, because it will upload all of your triggers, it will evoke your shadows, and you will have to do the work as you go along, because suddenly you need to produce money, suddenly you've got difficult clients to deal with, you need to figure yourself out. So doing the inner work is another essential component. So what would you say to someone who is starting the business or has a business but is not successful or is hitting against obstacles, and they realize that they need to start doing some inner work? What would you advise they do?
I think that this is where many businesses go wrong. Guys go and do a business course or go to a business coach, and they learn how to cut and paste a strategy document from the internet. And so they cut and paste and they sort of half-heartedly complete the document, but they don't get into their being and how they are showing up in the business. And for me, that's the starting point, is how are you showing up and how confident are you actually? So, confidence and courage are very compelling energies for people to be involved with. People love working with people who are confident and and authentic. And so many people please in a business, particularly in a small business. Oh, I can't do that because then I'll lose a client. Oh, what will my clients say? So I'm going to give away a freebie to try and get more people here. Well, first of all, we've learned that you won't get more people there. The second thing we've learned is that if people come, they're not going to be loyal to you. They're there for a price. They're not loyal for the business. And that was the foundation of a beautiful book called Conscious Capitalism, where it talks about how do you consciously make people completely fall in love with your business so that they become ambassadors for you, speak on your behalf, because word of mouth is so powerful. And so how do you create that in the people that you do business with? Many one-man businesses, SMMEs, are service industries. And in the service industry, it is so easy to give yourself away, to give your soul away. And we want to show you a way that you don't have to do that, where you can live your truth, be totally authentic, and make the money that you deserve at the same time. Because isn't that the catch?
Yeah, truly. And here at the Firepower Group, we run a course called Fast Forward Your Business. We have been doing it for now 1.5 years, right? We've taken a lot of people through it. And we see one underlying theme, which is incorruptibility. Yeah, which is in a way just authenticity on steroids. Incorruptibility includes so many things. But it does start with absolute clarity on who are you? What is your why? Why are you in business? And to make money or to have a free lifestyle, that's not enough because that is just about you. And your business is not just about you. It's also about why you want to serve the people that you serve, why you are making this product if you are a product based business, and what is ultimately the impact, what is the ripple effect that you are creating. And that needs to be infused into everything. It's like the energetic signature that people feel, which needs to be based on your essence and on your uniqueness. And then you got to have standards, yeah, because you're not a servant, you're not a slave, although you are of service to people. And that's why there is just so much to unpack around people pleasing, around your beliefs about yourself, around the way you allow yourself to be treated, which all links back to worthiness, unworthiness, standards, boundaries, knowing who you are, confidence, clarity. So there are so many things that we do. And I think ultimately, what we believe needs to happen first before you even think about your niche or your price and all the, the external things is who are you? Why are you doing this? What are you a yes to? What are you a no to? What is your underlying frequency? And how can you center the message, not the method or the product? Because people get drawn to the message that you emanate. And only then does strategy come in. So let's talk about strategy. So if we are basing everything on the foundation of inner work on authenticity, what is the role of strategy in this whole paradigm then?
Well, it's the guiding light, isn't it? It's the true north. It's it keeps you grounded. For me, I think the single most important thing that clear strategy does is it shows you what you say no to. And once you know what you say no to, it's much easier for the yeses to come, for the yeses to be attracted to you. It's much easier for you to find the right clients. You know, many people who've come on these courses before have had a little business kind of ticking over, ticking over. And once they create this crystal clarity, suddenly their business just explodes because suddenly what they're giving out is exactly what they're attracting back to themselves. And many of our participants say to us afterwards, finally, I'm getting the clients I've been looking for all these years. I don't know what I was doing wrong before. Well, we know what you were doing wrong before. It was that beautiful word that V's talked about, incorruptibility. So being corruptible in this perspective is not about whether you're taking money from people. It's about being true to your spirit, to your soul, like what really, really, really works for you and what absolutely doesn't. Where do you know that you're going against your inner voice, your inner principles? That's corruptibility. And that's the starting point for this course, actually, is to examine. And I have to say, we're all corruptible at some level or another. So it's
Yeah.
very useful to be able to really identify, oh my goodness, I'm pretending that I like these clients. Actually, I don't. I don't want those people in my business. You know, people will accept clients who don't pay them, for example, and then say, oh, but I'm scared of losing the client. Why on earth would you be afraid of losing a client who doesn't pay?
Yeah.
Let them go. It's about starting to attract exactly the right people into your business, which will inspire you to show up 100%. As you show up 100%, more people come. And suddenly there's this almost innate sense of success. And the truth is, people want to work with successful people. People want to work with confident people. And confidence is something that can be learned. It really can. So we have a module in Fast Forward which really unpacks confidence and allows you to see how doable it is with a little bit of effort.
Yeah. And what I want to add here is see, a lot of people get into their head and stay on the very mental level trying to think about their business. They are trying to reverse engineer their business by copying somebody's formula and success blueprint and strategy, because there are so many gurus and business coaches, especially in the online space, who tell you, this is my formula, it's proven, here are my testimonials, you can earn 6 figures in 6 minutes while sleeping, which is complete bullshit because it's not self-sourced. What we are talking about is, we cannot give you a strategy. We can critique your strategy, but we cannot write your strategy for you. So all the people who have taken the course and who have seen results, they have done the work. Every week they have been working on the questions we send them. We have been giving them feedback. They have been thinking, pondering, integrating, but it truly came from within and it became their business constitution. It's not somebody else's secondhand knowledge that they are trying to make work. It would be like, being a mannequin of yourself, but there is no real flavor behind it. So when we're talking about strategy, we're talking about something that truly is an extension of your spirit, but that in a way it's like a dance. It's a dance between internal and external, between doing and being. Both are needed, but when you have that kind of structure and strategy, then you can deviate and you can flow, and it's almost like a very organic process of getting into that flow. So, all right. Anything else you feel is important to share on this subject?
No, I just think that, to encourage you to look at the information that we've got on our website, I just want to ask you a few questions. Like, just reflect clearly on what is your level of show up in your business. Are you totally showing up 100%? The average is like 80. And people settle into 80. They think showing up 80% is good enough. But it's not if you want to make 100% of the money you want to make, just say. And are you taking your business seriously? Mm-hmm. Like, is this something that's fundamentally important to you? Or is it just a sideline hobby? If it's a sideline hobby, that lack of interest, that lack of commitment is going to reflect in your sales. Does your business reflect you, your absolute intrinsic nature, or are you just following other people? Have you just looked at what you think is an intellectual gap in the market and you're trying to fill it without it being a sole purpose, a calling, a why? And probably the last question I want to ask is, are you doing what you think other people expect of you, or are you following your truth? Because people pleasing is the exact antithesis of authenticity. You cannot be authentic and be a people pleaser. The two are mutually exclusive. Mm-hmm. So those are some provocative questions just to get you to look at yourself and see, maybe I could actually completely diametrically change my business. And that's what we do in this course. Literally, we have case study after case study of people who have literally doubled their income. We'll talk about money in another video, but literally changed their lives just by doing some minor internal tweaks. So beautiful.
Absolutely. And so bottom line being, when you start with authenticity, it is going to change your entire field, and your life will change, your business will change inevitably when you take your being to a different level and to a different space of clarity and purity of what you emanate. And this is what we wish for people who want to see. But that to us is conscious business, authentic business, purpose-driven business, which does not negate being successful on the material plane. So you guys, you can check out our course and our work on our website, thefirepowergroup.com. Fast Forward Your Business is a 6-week process in a group where we give you a lot of training and a lot of personal support, a lot of feedback. So it is, in a way, like an accelerator where you step in and a lot of magic can happen. And if that interests you, please be welcome to check out when the next group is starting. Get in touch with us, send us your questions. And thank you so much for watching. And we wish you lots of success.